Hey guys, welcome back. Me and the Queen just got back from Aruba, which is a Dutch colony. And we got a comment from. I actually just read this because I was already at the computer and me and the Queen just did a few videos. She had to go though, but I figured I'd make this video now. This is Peter Graveling. Graveling. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. He says, "Welcome to the Kingdom of the Netherlands and the EU." Even though Aruba isn't in Europe. I guess the EU has jurisdiction in Aruba? I don't know. That would be a question for another day. But it says, "Hope you have a really great time." And then he posts Holland versus the Netherlands and gave me the link to it. So I've always called them the Netherlands. I've heard of them being referred to as Holland, but I don't know the difference. So this is going to be a little educational video for me. So we'll do that. And by the way, if you like the snorkeling video in Aruba, which was the best snorkeling we've ever done so far, we also did some snorkeling right above a shipwreck off the coast of the Aruba. It's called the Antilles, or Antilla. They referred to it as the Antilles. But it was a Nazi cargo ship that was scuttled because at the time the Netherlands and Nazi Germany were at war. This was in 1940. So it's a big shipwreck, huge shipwreck, and one of the biggest ones in the Caribbean Sea. So we got to do that. It's 50 feet below water, so you can't really get too close to it, but I got the camera footage and you can see it from end to end, and it's pretty extraordinary. And I'll put up a video of that soon, and I'll do some narration overwords to kind of give you a backstory of what exactly happened. Because I got to make sure I get the details right. So I got to do a little bit of research before I put that one up. But be on the lookout for that. But anyway, this is Holland versus the Netherlands. I've always wondered what the difference was. I always refer to them as the Netherlands. But I've been to Aruba a bunch of times. So might as well get this sorted out for myself. So here we go. Holland versus the Netherlands.
Welcome to the great nation of Holland, where the tulips grow, the windmills turn, the breakfast is chocolatey, the people industrious, and the sea tries to drown it all.
The breakfast is chocolatey. I gotta go there too, so I gotta put the Netherlands on the list.
This country isn't Holland. It's time for the difference between Holland, the Netherlands, and a whole lot more. The correct name for this tulip-growing, windmill-building, hagelslag-eating, container ship-moving, ocean-conquering nation is the Netherlands. But confusion is understandable. The general region has been renamed a lot over 1,000 years, including as the Dutch Republic, the United States of Belgium, and the Kingdom of Holland. But it's not just history that makes this country's name confusing, because the Netherlands is divided into 12 provinces. Groningen, Drenthe, Overijssel, Gelderland, Limburg, Noord-Brabant, Zeeland, which by the way is the Zeeland that makes this Zeeland new, Friesland with adorable little hearts on its flags, Flevoland, Utrecht, and here's the confusion, North Holland and South Holland. These provinces make calling the Netherlands Holland like calling the United States Dakota. Though unlike the Dakotas, which are mostly empty, save for the occasional jackalope, the two Hollands are the most populated provinces and have some of the biggest attractions like Amsterdam and Kokenhof. Chances are, if it's Dutch and you've heard of it, it's in one of the Hollands. Even the government's travel website for the country is holland.com, officially because it sounds friendlier, but unofficially it's probably what people are actually searching for. Confusion continues because people who live in the Hollands are called Hollanders, but all citizens of the Netherlands are called Dutch, as is their language. But
yeah, that was the first time I've heard Dutch. You know, you got the Netherlands, and then you got the two provinces of North and South Holland, and then the people are called Dutch, as is their language. So
in Dutch, they say Nederlands spreken de Nederlanders in Nederland, which sounds like they'd rather we call them Netherlanders speaking Netherlandish. Meanwhile, next door in Germany, they're Deutsche sprechen Deutsch in Deutschland, which sounds like they'd rather be called Dutch.
This
linguistic confusion is why Americans call the Pennsylvania Dutch Dutch, even though they're Germans. To review, this country is the Netherlands, its people are Dutch, and they speak Dutch. There is no country called Holland, but there are provinces of North and South Holland. Got it? Great, because it's about to get more complicated. The Netherlands
boy.
is part of a kingdom with the same name, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, which is headed by the Dutch royal family. The Kingdom of the Netherlands contains 3 more countries, and to find them we must sail from the icy North Sea to the Caribbean and Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin. These are no territories, but
I always called it Curacao. Like the liqueur. He said Curacao. Is it acceptable to call it Curacao? I don't know. I've never been to Curacao. Or Bonaire, which is right there too. St. Martin, I had been there once before, but I don't remember it. I think I was like 3 or 4 years old, so I have no idea what that was like. But yeah, Aruba, I've been there over 10 times. So it's like my family's like favorite vacation spot. That was if you saw in the snorkeling video, that was the first time we had been there in years though. Actually, my parents had been there 5 years ago, but that was the first time I had been there in 8 years. But I used to go like either every year or every other year. We always saved up money to do that. So we love Aruba. But yeah, all right, let's rewind a little
royal
bit.
family. The Kingdom of the Netherlands contains 3 more countries, and to find them we must sail from the icy North Sea to the Caribbean and Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin. These are no territories but self-governing countries within the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and as such they have their own governments and their own currencies. Geography geek side
That's
note
right.
here. While Aruba
Actually, where is it? I got it right here. They have their own currency. Look at that. A 25-cent piece. Actually, hold on. Can you see that? 25-cent piece from Aruba. But it's going to look backwards to you, but yeah. Simple yet pretty. Where's another one? 5-cent piece. I think it's kind of blurry, but I don't know. So yeah, there's proof right there. Own currency, and in the main port of Oranjestad. I apologize if I say that wrong, but that's how I say it. That's where the Aruban Parliament building is. You can't miss it because you drive right past it once you get out of the airport. We were actually on our way back to the airport, coming out of there. We were actually seeing members of Aruban Parliament show up to work that day, which was pretty cool. I wish I think it was a 50-cent piece of an Aruba coin. Which is a different shape. It's actually square, which is really cool. But I seem to have misplaced that somewhere. I had it, but I don't know. I can't seem to find it right now. Sorry about that. But yeah. Very interesting stuff.
Curacao, and St. Martin. These are no territories but self-governing countries within the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and as such they have their own governments and their own currencies. Geography geek side note here, while Aruba and Curacao are islands, St. Martin is just the southern half of a tiny island also named St. Martin, the other half of which is occupied by France, and also
Really? I did not know that. That's interesting. So France took the northern half? Why? Maybe he'll tell me in a second.
St. Martin. So despite being separated by Belgium on the European map, the Kingdom of the Netherlands and the French Republic share a border on the other side of the world on an island so nice they named it thrice. But why does the Kingdom of the Netherlands reach to the Caribbean anyway? Because empire. In the 1600s, the Dutch always looking to expand business, laid their hands on every valuable port they could. For a time, America's east coast was New Netherland with its capital city of New Amsterdam. There was New Zealand, as mentioned previously, and nearby, the King of the Islands, New Holland. Though the empire is gone, these 3 Caribbean nations remain. And while 4 countries in one kingdom isn't unheard of, it doesn't stop there, because the country of the Netherlands also extends its borders to the Caribbean and 3 more islands: Bonaire, St. Eustatius, and Saba. These are not countries in a kingdom, but are cities in the country of the Netherlands. Netherlands, and they look the part. Residents of
Really?
these far-flung cities vote in elections for the Dutch government just as any Hollander would, though weirdly they don't belong to any province, and they don't use the Dutch currency of
That's
euros. They use
very
dollars
interesting.
instead. It's kind of like if Hawaii wasn't a state, but technically part of the District of Columbia, all the while using yen. These cities of
Yeah.
the country of the Netherlands and these countries in the Kingdom of the Netherlands are together known as the Dutch Caribbean, and their citizens are Dutch citizens, which, because the Kingdom of the Netherlands is a member of the European Union, means that these Dutch Caribbeans are also Europeans. So in the end, there are 6 Caribbean islands, 4 countries, 12 provinces, 2
I
Holland.
guess that answers the question of how the European Union holds has jurisdiction in these territories. So at least I think it does. This is all a bit confusing, like the guy said in the video, but yeah.
2 Netherlands, and 1 King of the European Union means that these Dutch Caribbeans are also Europeans. So in the end, there are 6 Caribbean islands, 4 countries, 12 provinces, 2 Hollands, 2 Netherlands, and 1 kingdom. All Dutch.
Very interesting. I enjoyed that. So thank you, Peter, for letting me know about that. I really appreciate that. That's very interesting. Yeah, the so Aruba, what was it? Aruba, Curacao, and Saint Martin. Those are the 3 which are technically separate countries, but still part of the Netherlands. And then the other ones just consider themselves Caribbean, European Dutchmen, I guess. It's all a bit of it. But I mean, you know, you guys have probably figured that out. You Netherlanders. We are Netherlanders who speak Netherlandish from the Netherlands. Is that how he said it? It was pretty interesting how he put that together. But yeah, I enjoyed that. Much love to the Netherlands from here in the States, in the state of Florida. Go to Aruba a lot. I'll have to make it over to the Netherlands sometime. Because Amsterdam, in terms of like European cities, especially for Americans, Amsterdam is one of those that's very high on the list usually. It's like, especially for like partying. The cities that are always mentioned are Amsterdam, Paris, London, Rome. Those are like the top 4 that are always mentioned by people. They're not for me. I always wanted to check out. Well, Rome is up there. London is up there, but Amsterdam's probably up there too. Paris, not. I mean, you got the Eiffel Tower, and what is it? The Louvre, and somebody's got to convince me to go to Paris because it's not really high on my list. But I would put Rome on there, and then of course Athens because I'm going to be going there in September, and I've always wanted to go to Greece. Greece has like been like my #1 destination for a long time, and me and the Queen are going there in September, so that should be cool. But thank you guys for listening to that. I kind of dragged that on a little too long, but you know I like to talk. So thank you guys. Much love to the Netherlands again. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want. I'm King Boomer, and thanks again to Peter Greveling for putting that up because I was just sitting here doing stuff and I already had the camera set up. So it was good timing on your part, Peter. So thank you guys. All right, I'll see you next time.